Shouldn't you be at work?
I don't have to go in until later. How you feeling?
Fine.
Hey, don't you lie to me. I know you were up half the night.
I make that much noise?
No, but I know you pretty well, remember? Anytime you can't sleep, you run down to the kitchen and start baking.
You do know me, to the tune of 2 apple pies. I couldn't stop worrying about Charity being locked up in that psychiatric ward.
It's only temporary, until she stops having those visions.
I just wish I knew what was causing them. And why would she see Eve and Julian Crane together? I mean, of all people.
I can't answer that.
It's frightening, actually. I mean, not that I think that Eve could actually do any of those things that Charity sees. It's just, if TC even...
I know. I mean, when it comes to TC and protecting his family, he's like a loaded gun. Just waiting for someone to pull the trigger. Now, no more losing sleep over the idea of Eve and some sordid entanglement with Julian Crane.
It is ridiculous, isn't it? I just wish Charity could get it out of her head as easily as I can out of mine.
Well, Eve and the other doctors will help her do exactly that.
I hope so. I mean, what made Charity conjure up this outlandish scenario of Eve and Julian Crane together? I mean, she knows that the Russells' marriage is just as strong as ours.
Well, who knows the workings of the human mind?
Got that right. I mean, who am I to talk about somebody's crazy visions? I mean, I am the lady that saw you making out with some naked woman in our room at the ski lodge. Talk about ridiculous. TC must know that he's got nothing to fear as far as Eve goes. I mean, their marriage is as open and honest as ours.
Grace, sometimes people hold things back because they're afraid. And,
excuse me. I was just wondering if you'd spoken to Dr. Russell yet this morning. You know, I called the hospital and they said she wasn't in yet, and I'm going out of my mind trying to get news on Charity.
So am I, Miguel. But I'm expecting Eve to stop by on her way to the hospital. She hasn't checked Charity's condition yet. She can probably do it from here.
All right. That'd be great.
Look, Miguel, I know we're all worried about Charity's condition, but we're going to get her through this.
The thing I don't get is what exactly Charity sees when she has these hallucinations. I tried to ask my mom, and she couldn't give me a straight answer.
Hey, Grace, you got a minute? I want to show these Polaroids of an old quilt that Tabitha Lennox gave me. She claims that this quilt was used by the slaves making their way north on the Underground Railroad before the Civil War.
Really? That's fascinating.
Yeah. It seems that the railroad ended on a farm that my family used to own.
What happened to the farm?
Well, I'm really not sure. But Tabitha's got me thinking that the Cranes may have stolen my family's farm. You mind taking a look at this and tell me what you think?
Not at all, TC. You know, I've got to put my cake in the oven. Let's go in there. I'll look at your pictures.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, I need to get back to the school. I'm interviewing a new track coach. Grace, thanks again for the quilt history.
Well, sure.
How is it the Cranes have a way of insinuating themselves in our lives like so many poisonous snakes?
I'll get your jacket, TC. You know, more than anything in the world, I hate secrets.
Where did that come from?
I guess from talking to TC about how his ancestors lost their land to the Cranes. I mean, when are people going to realize that it is just better to always tell the truth? Even if there's consequences, it's better to get it out there in the open where you can try to deal with it instead of sweeping it under some rug and wishing it away. And sooner or later, the truth always comes out. And it's so much worse when it's a surprise.
Is that how you really feel, Grace?
Absolutely.
Well, don't you think that there are sometimes situations where it would be less hurtful not to know something? I mean, if I knew something that would cause you pain, wouldn't you want me to keep it from you?
No, never. I mean, no matter what it was. Eve, why do you look that way? I mean, do you know something that would affect me?
Yes. And I'm going to tell you what it is.